Hello and welcome to Thriftmas Day 2. So I've got my coffee, I've got my cosy jumper on, and I'm sitting here ready to talk about Christmas traditions with you today. I thought I'd do something a bit different today rather than a vlog, and I'd really love to know what your Christmas traditions are as well. Everybody's so different. Some people love to go in on Christmas and, start early, put their tree up in November and have loads of different Christmas traditions they do with their families. And some people like to just put their tree up on the 24th and Christmas for them is just a week really. Everybody's different. So I would really love to know what you do and if you have particular traditions that you do with your family or things that you do every single year that you really love. I've written down our top 5 Christmas traditions that we do every year. For me and Ellen at least, we're definitely those people that like to start Christmas early. I generally like to have my tree up on the first Sunday of Advent, which is quite often the last Sunday in November. So yes, I do generally have my tree up in November, but it is right at the very end. So it's right at the very beginning of Advent. And we absolutely love making the most of it. Christmas is one of our favourite times of the year. Just love the coziness of it. I love the magic. I just love it. Love it so much. Nick, on the other hand, he would probably be more that person that puts the tree up later and Christmas would be shorter for him. He's not so keen on all of the lead up to it, but there are certain things that we do that we really do enjoy doing as a family. So I've included a couple of those on my list. So number 1 is we always watch the film Nativity every single year. It's one of our favourite films, not just a favourite Christmas film, it is one of our favourite films. It is just brilliant. The kids are so funny, the songs are brilliant, the whole storyline is just so feel good and we just love it. We never tire of it. We have to watch it every single year. And that goes for the 3 of us. We all love it. It's just the humour in it makes it, I think. They've had 2 sequels and I did watch one sequel and it was absolutely dire. It was so bad. I think they just changed the writers and it ruined it completely. They had some of the same actors in it, but the storyline was terrible and it wasn't funny. And it just shows you what good writing can do. The first one, brilliantly written, brilliantly acted, and if you've never seen it, I definitely recommend that you do. It is just brilliant. It is one of the best Christmas films ever. So I used to be a guide leader, and every year we would take part in a Christmas tree festival in Hitchin. If you don't know what a Christmas tree festival is, basically the way I can explain it is one of the churches in Hitchin is completely full of trees that different organisations, schools, guides, scouts, some individuals, they enter a tree into almost like a competition. So you have a theme for your tree every year. You come up with that yourself and you decorate your tree in this theme, and the church is literally full of these trees and people go in and they look round. They pay to go in. It's all for charity. They look around at the different trees and you get to vote for your top 3 and the winner gets a certificate. It's just a bit of fun really. It's something to do as a community, and we really love doing that every year. And a few years ago my mother-in-law decided to start one at her own church in Datchworth. So as a family that's become a Christmas tradition for us. We go to that. I don't think it's every year. I think it's every other year that they do it because it's quite a lot of work to put on. But it's happening this year and it's happening this weekend and I'm really excited about it. So we're going to go on the evening of the launch where they do mulled wine and you can just walk around with your mulled wine, looking at all the different Christmas trees, vote for your favourites, and it's just one of the most festive, cosy, lovely things to do, and it's a really lovely thing to do as a family. And we get to see my parents-in-law and we get to spend time with them as well. find out if you've got one in your town, because it's a really lovely thing to do as a family. And if you're involved in any kind of organisation or school or anything like that, maybe you'd like to enter one, because I loved doing that every year with the guides. We'd come up with a theme and then we'd all spend 2 or 3 weeks making the different decorations for it. The guides loved it and it was just so much fun. I really miss that now. Every year in St Albans they have what they call carols on the hour in the abbey. It usually happens on like the Sunday before Christmas. It is a lovely thing to do. They used to have a market on at the same time, but I think they've stopped doing that now. So we used to meet up with my in-laws. We'd have lunch together and then we'd walk around the Christmas market, and then we would go into the abbey and listen to the carols and sing, and it's just such a lovely thing. Really, really missed doing that last year when obviously we weren't allowed to go into churches and everything was cancelled because of the big C word, unfortunately. But it's back this year, so we're really hoping that we can go and do that again. I grew up in a church environment, and although I don't really go to church anymore regularly, to me there's nothing more Christmassy and nothing more warming than being in a church at Christmas with candlelight and carols being sung. And yeah, that is the epitome of Christmas for me. Our family on Nick's side have grown exponentially over the years. We have so many small children in the family now. It's just so lovely, especially at Christmas, because just to see the joy and the magic in their faces and seeing them enjoying themselves is one of the best things ever. But because we have such a big family now, we've decided as adults we're not going to give adults presents. So we're now just buying presents for children. But so that we do have something to open ourselves, we've decided to set up a Secret Santa amongst the adults in the family. So this has become our extended family Christmas tradition now. Sometime at the beginning of November, we write down 3 or 4 ideas of things that we would really like. We have a flat budget throughout, so that we can only spend up to a certain amount on each person. Once we've put all our letters in, usually it's my eldest sister-in-law mixes it all up and distributes them out throughout the family. So then we all get somebody different every year, and they don't know. That's why it's Secret Santa, because they don't know who's buying their present. And then at some time over the Christmas period, we all get together and we open our presents from Secret Santa. And of course last year, because we weren't able to spend any time together, we all did it on Zoom and it worked perfectly. So we have some family members living in Leeds, we have some in London. So we realised that this is perfect, because we can actually see each other opening our presents now. I don't know why we've never really thought of that before. For people that weren't able to be there, we just sent them on and they opened them on their own. But now those of us that can get together will get together, and then we'll have everybody else on Zoom. So it's just perfect. I really don't know why we didn't think of this before, but that's what we're going to do this year. So we've arranged a date that some of us will get together to open ours, and other people, they will be sent to them. They will open theirs on Zoom and they can be part of it as well. So it just works really well. And you're not spending all day opening presents. You get time to hang out and chat, eat food, play games. You always know that you're going to get something that you actually want. So you're not just getting those socks or a gift set of smelly things that you're going to end up putting in a drawer and giving to someone else another year. You always know that you're going to get something you want. So actually it works out better, even though you're not getting a present from everybody. You're getting something that you really like, and it's just a really fun way of doing it. So something that I started with Ellen a few years back is I started buying her a pair of pajamas and giving them to her on Christmas Eve. I have to admit that this was inspired a little bit by Zoe Sugg, because love her Vlogmas. I'm really missing it this year. But I always loved the way that they had little stockings on Christmas Eve and they all had matching pajamas. And I thought that was really cute. So I started a tradition with Ellen that I bought her a new pair of pajamas every Christmas and she gets them on Christmas Eve. And then I buy myself some because, you know, nobody else is going to. So you know, you've got to buy yourself a present every now and then. So I buy myself some and then we get into our cosy Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve. And that's now become a tradition for me and Ellen. And for those of you wondering, no, I don't buy Christmas pajamas for Nick. He's not a pajama man, so he's quite happy not to be involved in that one. So like I said, I would love to hear what your Christmas traditions are. Things that you do maybe just for yourself or things that you do with your family or for your family. Now that Ellen's home this weekend, we're going to put the tree up. So you'll see that in a later vlog. And we're most likely going to watch Nativity as well. I'm going to go and finish my coffee. Take care for now. See you tomorrow. Bye.